Ivan Borazin iz Shift ili iz Infobip ili Ivan Borazin poduzetnik?
Možemo sve, bilo koje.
Dobro. Dobar dan, Ivan. Dobrodošli, hvala što ste došli. Ovdje smo u Splitu sa našim timom iz Američke ambasade i podržimo partnerstvo između Sjedinjenih Američkih Država i Hrvatske. Ovdje ima dosta događaja, ali želim da govorimo sa vama i kao poduzetnik od Shifta, od Infobip i kao pravi poduzetnik ovdje u Dalmaciji, u Splitu. Hvala za razgovor i drago mi je.
Hvala na pozivu.
Dakle, prvo pitanje za vas. I kao pravi poduzetnik, i kako je za vas u Splitu, u Hrvatskoj, i da li ima veze, na primjer, sa Sjedinjenim Američkim Državama i u tržištu za poduzetnike, znaš?
Pa dobro, da, ja sam tu u Splitu i skoro cijelu poduzetničku karijeru sam radio sa Amerikom. Sa USA, jel?
Yeah.
Bilo to kroz startup, kroz investicije, kroz konekcije, kroz advisore i tako dalje. Pa čak i Infobip sada isto tako radi i sa Amerikancima, i sa američkim investitorima i klijentima i tako dalje. No, i raditi u Splitu koja je generalno mala sredina i mala država naspram Amerike, sigurno ima svoje nekakve stvari koje otežavaju, ali s druge strane ima neke stvari koje olakšavaju. Zato mislim, treba svaki iskoristiti ono što ima, a kad ste mala sredina, puno je lakše doći do svih kontakata i sa tim kontaktima možda i preći preko granice i tako doći do onoga što tražite i u inozemstvu kao da.
So Ivan, we were talking as we walked about your life as an entrepreneur, what it's like specifically in Split and Croatia, and obviously entrepreneurs have to work in a big global market. You need capital. How does that work? And for you, are there links, say in that venture capital world, that would be important to a Shift or an Infobip? Are there links to the United States that are important to you, and how does that work for you?
Sure. So in my own startups previously and historically, I've gotten investors from the United States, as well. If we look at Infobip, our first investment round, which was early this year for $300 million, was also from an American company. So yeah. I really do believe that the investment world is global, although there are local players and regional players. But if you're aspiring to be a huge global company, it is possible even from Split or Croatia or Vodnjan, which is even a smaller place than Split, to actually get international, or in this case, American capital, which is great.
And like a young innovator who hasn't quite gotten to your level yet, do you think that they have the ties to, say, seeking out that American capital? Or is there a learning curve that people are kind of searching for out there, the next Ivan Borazin?
Well, I think that a lot of young people may be sort of quote-unquote afraid to reach out to international capital, if we're talking about capital right now, and then they try the local and regional approach, which is not wrong. But the very sort of cool thing, and what's happening right now, is that you can reach out to anyone via email. You'll get a lot more no's, but here and there you'll actually get a yes just from cold emailing people if your project is cool enough, which I think is something that young people from anywhere in the world is something that's a game changer, because you don't have to know someone regional. You can go straight to the global players and get their attention.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of Infobip, as the U.S. Embassy team, it's very exciting. You have offices in the United States of America, and you guys have created jobs there in addition to obviously jobs here. Can you tell us just a tad about maybe those offices that are happening for Infobip in America?
Sure. I mean, Infobip globally has over 70 offices worldwide.
Wow.
So we found out just the other day that we have more offices in the continent of Africa than Google itself. So it's just a fun fact there. In the U.S., we have a couple of them, but we have Seattle, we have New Jersey, and we have a couple of others. But that will be growing moving forward, especially since North America in general and the U.S. specifically is very much a market for growing awareness of our company.
Great. And hey, I know entrepreneurs don't have a lot of time, but one other thing that I wanted to just address with you is, we've seen that recently the U.S. Department of Homeland Security came here to Croatia for a visit that was related to the announcement by Secretary Blinken in August about Croatia's visa waiver candidacy. and that process is ongoing. But one thing that's come up is how this can impact business. And so I wanted to ask you, as a real deal entrepreneur and business person, what would it mean for you if there's kind of a visa waiver process in place?
Sure. So I mean, the obvious thing is that it makes things so much easier and more streamlined. So you can basically, with no visa, you can jump on a plane and sort of get to the States right away. Right now, it takes a while. So even now, we have a plan to create an awareness group that will be traveling to the U.S. end of this year, and everyone has to, apply for visas. It takes more time. It takes more planning. Everything is sort of, is pushed back. With that visa gone, you basically just buy a ticket to a plane and you're there, and that sort of connection can happen faster, more instantaneous, and you can get, obviously there's some sort of opportunities that you might miss just because you have to wait for a visa.
Yeah.
So it makes life a whole lot easier.
That urgency, immediacy is so valuable to you guys, and I get it. That translates directly into value for an entrepreneur. So
Absolutely.
speed matters.
Speed matters.
Well, Ivan Borazin, hvala vam puno. Thank you for talking with us today, and we look forward to seeing you next time we're in Split.
Thank you. Let's go.